Hey, what's going on, YouTubers and MicroGrinders? Alton from MicroGrinder Poker School, finally back with another video for my YouTube channel. So it's been a long hiatus since I posted anything on YouTube because for the past 3+ months, in all my spare time outside of work, I've been writing this book right here that I just released. And this is my latest book, just launched on Amazon, Essential Poker Math Expanded Edition. It's an updated edition and expanded edition of the original version that's still for sale on Amazon. You'll notice this thing looks like a little pamphlet compared to the new one if I put them side by side. So we took this original book. Well, I took this original book, and you'll notice that, I don't know if you see on the screen, but even the trim size is bigger. So it's a 6x9. I went from a 5.5-inch and an 8.5-inch book to a 6x9-inch book because I wanted to have more space for the formulas and stuff. Went to a smaller font size. And in terms of the length, it literally is, I went from like a 17,000 word book to almost a 51,000 word book. And this book is almost 300 pages in length. So I really feel like this is my first poker book, just because now that I've written this, I feel like this is a little pamphlet, even though this did take quite some time to write. But I made sure I did this one right. I hired a really good graphic designer. I had 2 different editors that I had edit this book as copy editors and proofreaders, and I had some people that are avid fans of my work. Some of my students went through and provided me feedback as well. So I even had, for this cover design, I even had my students and my email list followers, they actually picked which cover they liked for this design. So the graphic designer mocked up multiple different designs. I sent it to them, and they ended up picking the final one. And I ended up actually tweaking the one that they picked because the second most popular one actually looks better on Amazon. So let me actually pull this up. So I just pulled this up. It's #1 hot new release on poker. I have it on sale for $1.99. I released it on Thursday of last week, and I gave it away for free for 48 hours, and I got hundreds of downloads for free. And you'll notice that in terms of the ratings, if I can get this to pop up, it won't pop up, so we'll do it over here. But I have 7 ratings overall. I think it's like 4.8 stars, so 4.9 stars, 6 5 stars, 1 4-star. I'm pretty happy about that. And in terms of the book itself, you'll notice that if I go back to here, we're currently #4 for all the poker books, not just the Kindle, but paperbacks combined. And you'll notice that Essential Poker Math, the original edition, is still selling really well. It's #2 and #3, and this guy creeped up to #4. Probably because I have it on sale for $1.99, but it's not going to be $1.99 for that much longer. So anybody interested in it, I'm selling the Kindle version for $1.99 right now, the print edition for $11.95. And the reason I'm raising the price is because everything here is through Amazon. And at the $1.99 price, I think I get something like 59 cents or 58 cents per sale for the Kindle. And for the print version, depending upon where you buy it, it's anywhere between like 87 cents up to like $2 per a book. So I don't get much at all. So I have to bump up the prices just because as a self-publisher, they take a nice little cut on Amazon. But it's super convenient for somebody like me, so I use them. And it's super convenient for people that have Prime because they get free shipping. But anyways, the book itself, like I said, it's about 3 times the length of the original edition. In terms of page count, it's like 180 something pages more. But you have to understand that it's a thicker print size, and the font size is a little smaller than the original. Now, in terms of content, I'll pull that up in a minute, but there's over 75 practice and example hands. I did my best to put more detailed, and I'd say a little more intermediate and advanced practice and example hands in addition to the basic ones on there as well. And the big kicker, and I'm actually going to highlight this because I think this is going to be one of the awesome things about this, is that you get free enrollment into my Essential Poker Math course, which is available both on Udemy and also on my poker school. So everybody will be getting free enrollment to the one on my poker school. And on my poker school, I currently sell for $12. So that's a $12 value. You get it for free if you buy this book. So if you pick it up now for $1.99, you're literally getting this book and a $12 course for $1.99, and I make something like 58 cents. So yeah, I'm pretty much giving it away for free just because of the cost to run my website and everything else. Now, in terms of the book itself, I'll go to the paperback version and we'll kind of like do a quick overview of what's new on it. So let's scroll down. Let's see if I can get it to, and it looks like it's not pulling up the paperback version yet. So let me actually pull up the PDF proof to show you the table of contents, because I want you to see what's in the paperback version for the table of contents. All right. So ignore all this copyright crap and everything else, because I don't believe it's in the actual formatted table of contents, and it actually is, which is fine. But let's take a look at what there is. You can ignore all this crap up here. So for section 1, I expanded the importance of math and poker and talked more about the evolution of game theory in poker and mathematics in poker. We talk about fundamental concepts. I expand on that as well, just more comprehensive than in the last. And now, what wasn't in the original edition is now I do a discussion on basic player types. So when I do a lot of the hand examples and practice hands, now we're including specific types of players. So we not only have to look at the math, but we have to understand how our opponents play. And our decisions not only are math-based, but they're based upon our opponents. And then we go into fundamental poker math concepts, so probability and odds, understanding equity, pot odds, implied odds, common draws and outs, the rule for 2 and 4, expected value, and can we call. You'll notice that this is almost 100 pages for this section. So we cover a lot of topics, and all these chapters are in the original edition, except I expanded them because the original book is just over 100 pages itself, but those sections alone are almost 100 pages. I added a new section, section 3, preflop concepts. We talk about preflop all-in situations and the math behind that. In the next chapter, another new chapter, we talk about set mining, steal, and 3-bet bluff math, something that I think was really important that I left out of the original book, that I think a lot of people, there's misconceptions on how you should set mine and how often steals need to work in 3-bet bluffs and so forth. And then we jump back into post-flop concepts, betting with the best hand, semi-bluffing, all-in, bluffs and hero calls. And these were all within the last book, but again, I expanded on them. So a lot more detailed. EV calculations, same thing as the original book, except in the first book, we only had a basic EV calculation. Now we're doing a semi-bluffing all-in EV calculation to show you a bit of a more advanced EV calculation, because you're not always looking at just where you're all in and you want to see pre-flop how often you won and lose, and if it's plus EV or minus EV, but you want to look at situations where you're semi-bluffing, and if based upon how much you win if your opponent falls, how much you win if your opponent calls and you win, or if you call and you lose, you want to look at that EV calculation, and it tells you that. And then combinatorics, again, we had this in the original book, but again, greatly expanded. So I go into much more detail in combinatorics, and we look at things such as looking at your opponent's combos of hands, reading their hands based upon their combos, how much you beat and how much you don't beat, and developing balancing ranges with combinatorics as well. Also included a glossary of terms, because that's something people ask for as well. And yeah, overall, greatly expanded. I think that I did a great job on updating the book. I mean, I hope I did. It took me a long time to do it. I work full time in addition to everything else. And I just pretty much spent all my free time at night and on the weekends when I wasn't spending time with my wife, was just working on this, having it edited, going through the edits and updating it, and working with a graphic designer, and just literally writing it and figuring out what it needed to go into this book. And I feel like I really have a good solid book here, and based upon the reactions that I'm getting on Amazon, 7 customer reviews and 4.9 out of 5 stars, I feel great. I feel great about 4 out of 5 stars, but this book really is, it's just really short and concise read, and people really want a poker math book like this. And for just the basic, I really feel like these are basic concepts, but some of them people neglect to understand. And even after I wrote this, I feel like I could have added a lot more things to it. But it's hard to keep a book within a link like this, which I think is probably perfect for a lot of poker books, because you don't want a book that's 500, 600 pages. You want it to be accessible for your readers, but you want it to be comprehensive enough where you feel like you covered a lot of topics that you think that they're going to need for players that don't use poker math or struggle with it, where it's going to be designed in a manner where they're going to get a lot out of it. And that's what I did with this book. And if I pull the PDF over, the way that I designed this book, I designed it in a way where it's designed to be read in a manner where you go from basic introductory topics to fundamental poker math concepts. And then from there, once people understand what all the fundamental concepts, we focus on a lot of key pre-flop concepts. Then we go to some essential post-flop concepts that we didn't talk about in section 2. And then we take it a step further and talk about off-table work with EV calculations and combinatorics, and really just summing it up with a little more advanced concepts. So, I went with a KISS approach, a keep it simple student approach. And so far, the feedback's great. So anyways, I am back. I wanted to let everybody know about this book. If you want to get this on sale, you better get it soon, because what's going to happen is it's never going to be free again. The $199, I may do sales like every 3 or 4 months on it. I can do a Kindle countdown sale on Amazon where for like a couple days it goes to that price and goes up. But what I'm going to do right now is for maybe like a week or so, I'm going to leave it $199. And I'm going to leave the print edition at $11.99. And then in like a week or a half, it's going to jump up to $2.99. The paperback will probably jump up accordingly. And then it'll go to $3.99 and then $4.99. And then the price is going to level out at either $4.99 or $5.99. And then for the paperback, it's going to be around $15.99 or $16.99. I have to look at how much it costs me to have these printed and for the royalties. Because right now, at this price, through Amazon, I make some royalties, but this is also set up on Amazon through their extended distribution to like bookstores and stuff. And I make something like 7 cents per copy at this current price for the paperback. So it definitely can't stay there, because it's literally like I'm giving it away for free to the bookstores. So anyways, check it out. Let me know what you think. And remember, this book is just not only a book, but it's a combination of a book plus you get free enrollment to my Essential Poker Math poker course. And I literally just added on this week after I released this book. I just added on something like an hour and a half of new material to that course, something like, I don't know, I'd say about 10 more lectures to it to discuss concepts that weren't in the original book and original course, but are in here. So it's going to be a great course and a great resource for you. I don't know of any other books on here where one of the coaches is giving away access to one of the courses along with the book. So it's really a course plus a book at this price. And you really can't go wrong. So anyways, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I don't ever have time to read the comments on YouTube because I'm so busy. So if you have questions, head over to microgrinder.com and you can email me there. There's a contact form. You can reach out to me. And lots of people email me there. We also have the forum. And I always find time to answer people's questions. So thanks for watching. What to expect coming up is I'm going to start posting more videos to YouTube. The next one I think I'm going to post is it's all about learning poker methodology. So I spent so much time writing this book, I really haven't played much at all. So I'm getting back into the game, and my main focus now is studying poker theory. And I'm going to talk about my methodology for learning poker and getting back into the game, because a 3-month hiatus of really playing is going to require me to spend a lot of time focusing on things that aren't covered in this book. General theory and stuff, and I'm going to talk about how I'm doing it. So expect that, and expect some more videos. I'm probably going to do, I really feel like some theory videos would be good for the YouTube channel. So just some quick short theory videos on different things like c-betting theory, bluff theory, 3-betting theory, pre-flop theory, and things like that. Just short little theory that applies to the micro stakes. So anyways, look forward to some new videos coming from me shortly. And if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. And if you haven't checked out my book, check it out. Go down to the description, because I'm going to have all the links to all the different stores for all the Amazon stores, regardless of where you live. So it's been Alton with MicroGrinder.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next video.